Hello and welcome to another DJ Force 10 in Conversation podcast, episode 121. Crazy stuff this is. Today we've got Ryan. He's a guitar player from the band Tomorrow Is Lost. They currently have an album out called Therapy. It's on Eclipse Records. And it's a fantastic piece of work. I highly recommend going to listen to it, maybe even buying it as well if you want to do that. But please go listen to it, give it a shout. They're also planning a few bits and bobs, which you'll find out during the interview, some bits to do with the NHS and stuff like that. We do have Dave popping in on the podcast as well through a little bit. Is an Irish fella, kind of pops in and sort of lands some news on Ryan, which is kind of fun. And their album was actually out in March, so it's been out for a little while now, but do go check it out. It's really worth it. Thank you for everyone that's been listening. Again, I know I keep saying this every episode, but I do really appreciate it. I did my live set last night, my live stream, my DJ live stream, and that went really well. I ended up going 3 hours in the end. If anyone wants to go rewatch that, it's on Twitch. So that's twitch.tv/DJForceX. That's FORCEX. The X is the Roman numeral for 10, just in case you didn't know. It was good fun. Mixed up a load of like remixes, mashups, electronic music, some like previous guests on the show. Let's see, Kira, Chemist, Killer Tricks, all that kind of stuff. But also some new songs from Becco. New remixes, got a future guest on the show, Jim Davies as well, his new album and stuff like that. So yeah, it was good fun. Go rewatch it. Appreciate any kind of feedback or anything. If you really enjoyed it, I might do it again. But that does bring us to why I did it. I am relaunching Crossing the Streams, which is my other radio show, which is my remix like rock mashup show that I do on Total Rock, and I did on a few other stations around the world. I'm kind of bringing that back after a small hiatus. My Mixcloud is woefully out of date as well, so I'm going to update that. I've got a guest mix on the show as well, DJ Zinc and DJ Tasman, which is going to be fun. Going to kind of bring back the verses type thing that we used to do, all in good fun. But if there are any DJs listening, let me know. If you fancy doing a bit of a mix, let me know. We can definitely slot you in. That's something to look forward to. I will have more news on that as and when. And my album, which I haven't talked about for a little while, but with this lockdown, I've kind of been squirreling away. I've got about 6 tracks now that I wouldn't say 100% happy with, but the structure of it needs work. It's getting there. The 2 covers are sort of coming along. I need to get some guitars and some vocals on them just to sort of get a sort of feel of where they're going and stuff. But yeah, all that sort of stuff is coming along. I know a few of you have been asking me on the socials about that as well. So that is the update that I have for you guys. Apart from that, we're going to go into the interview in a moment. I just want to give a shout out to the people that have been giving me ratings on the various podcast outlets and stuff. I have noticed that go up. No review, so I can't name you, unfortunately. But the ratings are really, really appreciated. If you are listening, thank you so much. But people keep doing it, because this helps bands like Tomorrow Is Lost get more exposure, because I can get all the exposure I want from interviewing the big bands and all that kind of stuff, but it's the small bands that want that exposure, that need that exposure, that will, we want to give them that exposure. I've rambled on about this in plenty of other shows as well, and I really mean it. If you can rate the show on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on Google, on Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast from, this show is available on pretty much all of them. So please just go fire just a quick review or a rating, whatever the scoring system they have on there, and that will be highly appreciated. Or even give me a follow on Spotify as well. Didn't realize that was a feature till yesterday. Give us a follow on Spotify as well, just to sort of show you that you're listening on that format, because it's a big format, and kind of want to make a dent in that as well. Cool. This is Ryan from Tomorrow Is Lost. Enjoy. So I'd like to welcome to the show Ryan from the band Tomorrow Is Lost. Welcome, Ryan.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries, man. How are you doing today?
I am alright, just been recording some covers for the page.
Ah, excellent.
Some playthroughs.
Excellent. Fantastic. I was about to ask what you're doing during the lockdown, but obviously you're doing that. So,
Yeah, it's almost too much guitar. So.
Fair play, fair play. So yeah, we're here to talk about your band today and your band's album. Well, let's get some background on the band first, if you don't mind. Just kind of like a bit more of a discovery piece. But what's your sort of like journey so far?
Well, I've been in Tomorrow Is Lost for about 2.5, nearly 3 years now. I joined about halfway through, and it's been quite a long but fun journey because this is the first major piece that we've released, really.
Yeah.
We had the Shadow Man EP and the singles, but they were never really like, I don't know how to sort of, I wouldn't say they were pushable to use. So there's a page at the moment called Download Takeover, which we've needed to send stuff over to try and slot into the festivals.
Yeah.
Submit, because obviously we don't really have a massive EPK at the moment because we haven't released anything.
Yeah.
But as soon as we pushed out the news that we've had an album, we've kind of had lots of outlets jump on, like review it. A couple 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 reviews.
Excellent.
And it's been pretty good, to be honest.
Cool. Excellent. Well, it's a good album. And we'll go on to that now. It's called Therapy. And it was out on March 13th via Eclipse Records. A fantastic label, by the way. I've sort of followed them for a little while now. Kenny and Chris are both been really good in sort of like supplying me with music anyway. But I also know that Kenny came down to, I used to live in Tampa, and there was a showcase going on there, and he actually came down to sort of scout out some bands and offer some industry advice to them, which was really cool.
Perfect. Cool.
But yeah, onto your album itself. I really enjoyed listening to it, first and foremost. Favorite track, I think, if you want to get, is Hideaway. I know it was one of your singles and videos as well.
That's the most popular one at the moment.
Cool. I also liked Electric and Pause Rewind.
Pause Rewind is mine, Josh and Joe's favourite.
Oh, excellent. Cool. No, I love that track. It's really cool.
Yeah, we actually put a poll up on the fan page of who's got, like, what's everyone's favourite track, and Black and Blue won it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Hideaway was at the bottom, funnily enough.
Oh.
But it's got the most streams on Spotify.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always the ones you kind of maybe least expect, or the ones you don't, like, think would be, I suppose the word is commercially viable.
Black and Blue's like the band's mum song though, so all the mums in the band, like Cass's mum, Joe's mum, my mum, everyone, they all like Black and Blue, so...
fair enough.
It's just the rest, all the parents.
Cool. So, I mean, tell us about the album in general. What sort of, does it follow any kind of theme, or is it sort of...
There wasn't a theme. It was kind of rushed, because we were on such a short deadline. We didn't really go into the album like recording to a certain genre. We just had the songs that we had. We changed them about to, everyone had their own inputs and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a song on the album for everyone. Really, it's not a certain genre. We don't really follow one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The lyrics in it are kind of all to do with Cass and what she's been doing the last couple of years in the band.
Yeah.
And before the band, like way back as well.
Okay.
And so I think musical side, it's come from the lads, and I think the strongest part of the album is definitely the lyrics, because there's a lot behind them and hidden underneath it all.
Yeah.
But people just have to listen to it. So
okay, no, fair enough. That's all fine. So where would you say that the sort of band influences lie? Because I do hear a lot of different styles on that album. I know you said like each sort of track has their own, like each member of the band had their own kind of input, but overall, where do you think that kind of comes from?
Oh, it's ridiculous the amount of bands that. Mark's a weird guy. He likes baby metal and all that. Okay. He's an oddball. So that's where all his drumming stuff comes from. Joe's a massive fanboy of Iron Maiden. so all his lead harmony parts come through into that.
Yeah.
I listen to everything really. It's me and Josh have kind of got a vast musical, like me and him did it in college and stuff.
Yeah.
We've kind of explored everything like country, rock, hard rock, metal, classical, and it's kind of just a mix of everything for me and him.
Okay.
And Cass, I don't know what she likes. She's weird as well. So
fair play.
She's a Iron Maiden fan too.
Iron Maiden fan, you say? Yeah. Okay, cool. No, like I said, I can hear different like I said, influences. A lot of it's kind of like there was a sort of like the touch of like old school metal. I think that's where the Iron Maiden thing kicks in. But yeah, more of the sort of like more sort of modern like hard rock and stuff come through as well. So you know, they're kind of it's a good mix for everyone on that front. What's the like the scene you're up in Newcastle, right?
I'm not. No, I'm the only one that's in Yorkshire. So
in Yorkshire. Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not 2 hours away.
That's fair enough. I was about to ask what the kind of Newcastle scene was like, because obviously you probably played there quite a lot. There was one sort of place when I was sort of in a band. I never actually played in Newcastle.
Yeah, it's a good music scene. You've got a lot of talented bands up there. You've got Lords of Ruin. Yeah. You've got a band called Rituals as well that we played with them at the Metal to the Masses final for Bloodstock.
Yeah.
Which we won. There's another band called Fallen Mafia who were really good as well. They just had I think it was an album launch at the O2 Academy, and it was rammed, so they've got a good following up there.
Cool.
And Killer Nova as well, who were the year before we won the Bloodstock Metal to the Masses. They were the winners as well.
Okay.
So we played with them because they came back for a set as well, and they were pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, a couple of my friends' bands won that. The southern version of the metal to the Masses, I should say. Yeah. How was that for you guys playing a festival like that?
Oh, it was awesome. Great. I think it was our first taste of a really professional setup. So, obviously, we loaded all the gear into the tent. There was 2 guys just came and picked all my stuff up and started setting it up. I was like, "What is going on?" Because I like doing it myself.
Yeah.
But it was people at the side. Like my wireless kept cutting out. I had a guy trying to sort that. And it was really cool. Instead of running around frantic trying to set everything up, we had 2 people helping me. So
that's really good. It does take the stress out of it a little bit. Yeah.
But then I was kind of stressed. Like, what if they set it up wrong? It wasn't working. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, you have to trust that they are professional at that level anyway. So there may be other festivals where you get volunteers that don't strictly know what goes where, but the thing like Bloodstock, you're kind of like, they're going to be high end.
Oh, they were great, yeah. The monitor sound was good as well.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Cool. What year did you play that?
2019.
2000. Oh, so last year. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I was just, I might go back and check that out. Because we have.
I think there's a couple of videos on YouTube, and then you can see me turning around because all the wireless keeps cutting out. But from the band side, it was an awful set because we had technical difficulties. Our guitars had been restrung, but we had too sensitive gauge, so Joe kept getting out of tune. My wireless was cutting out.
They always make the fun gigs because the crowd go, "You were amazing," and you're like, "Really?"
Yeah.
It's because your mind's not on the music part of it, so it's like, it totally distracts you. So, what are your guys? Have you got any sort of plans post this pandemic issue we're currently in?
We've got I think our next gig that isn't cancelled is the Brickyard in September, which is a Call of the Wild, which is a festival. I think it's the final heat, and we're as a guest headline at the Brickyard up in Carlisle.
Okay.
Well, that's the next one, I think. I'm just looking at all of them will be cancelled now, won't they?
Well, most likely. It's a bit crap at the moment, but no, I was just how are you keeping occupied during this sort of time? I know you said you were like tracking guitars for covers and stuff, but what else? Are you doing anything else to kind of bide the time?
We've been looking at, well, obviously we've had the in-depth band conversations of what we want to do, which are top secret at the moment.
Yeah.
We've got an album for the NHS, tracks and stuff.
This is another track that we're recording. Cass and Joe are doing an acoustic recording.
Okay.
They're going to put it down to here so you can record it.
See, I didn't even know that.
Right. And then it's going out on an album to help raise funds for the NHS.
So why have I never looked at this?
You're told about it, you just don't listen.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Right.
amazing. Okay, cool. So you're doing that for the NHS, like fundraising for them.
But
How did that come about?
you're going to record something, and I'll send it down to me, and I'll record on it. Yeah, and it'll go out. I don't know.
Okay.
We're also planning on a couple live stream sessions as well, like not playing, but face cam.
Yeah.
Into fans on the page and stuff, asking them what they want us to do during this pandemic thing. So
Yeah.
there's not really a lot you can do apart from. Luckily, there's social media which you can live stream a lot, but there's not really a lot a band could do.
No, not so much. I mean, a lot of times because I've been speaking to a lot of bands during this time, and some of them are sort of, just making sure people are all right, but others are doing performances and stuff like that. And I was just curious if you had anything sort of just on the cuff lined up or anything like that.
Yeah, I think the gigs are a huge part. I think at least when the pandemic's over, win low, guaranteed all the gigs will be rammed.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everyone will want to get out and have a pint.
No, yeah, exactly. There's going to be a lot of people out and about, not taking it too much for granted at that point, which is going to be amazing for everyone. So, well, at least I hope everyone's going to come out and do all that. So,
I hope so.
But cool. Okay, so I've got a couple of questions left for you, Ryan, and then I'll let you get on with your guitars and everything.
Perfect.
So these are sort of more centered around yourself rather than the band as a whole. These are questions I do ask sort of everyone that come on my show, my generic go-tos, if you will. But I was just kind of curious if you're what are your top 3 albums that have kind of shaped the musician that you are today?
Oh, well, being in this pandemic, I've been listening to so much. I've been listening to a lot of Seether. You know how Spotify they make playlists where it's just one band. It's say for Seether, example.
Yeah.
This is Seether. I've just been listening to Seether, Guns N' Roses, Linkin Park, Breaking Benjamin. I think Hybrid Theory is a massive one.
Cool.
I think that'll be number 3. Number 2, oh Christ. I think Appetite for Destruction's a good one as well. I've been listening to that recently.
That is a
That's a generic one, isn't it, for all the guitarists? Because obviously it's Slash.
If it was something that made you pick up the guitar, then it's something that it did influence you. I mean, it influenced the whole generation.
What made me pick up the guitar? So the number 1 album would be the Darkness, wouldn't it? The one with is it Growing On? What's the one with
Permission to Land?
That's the one. The Land. That's the one.
Yeah.
I was like 9 or something when I heard that on Kerrang.
That's awesome. That's a great album, actually. I love that album. It's so much fun.
Yeah, that's the one that I saw on the TV and wanted to pick up.
Excellent. I mean, Appetite for Destruction, like you say, that is a given, when it comes to sort of influential albums, but every damn song on that album is a banger. It's there are no sort of filler tracks or anything.
My favorite Guns N' Roses song isn't on that album though. So
really? What's your favorite?
Estranged.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's a really good track.
Illusion 2, is it?
Yeah.
Number 2, I think. Yeah.
That is a great track. I'm a massive Guns N' Roses fan, so I'm all over that. That's all good. And Hybrid Theory, again, that influenced the generation.
Yep.
I was sort of about 19, 20 years old when that came out, so
I was even
I remember buying the CD. So
it was 2000, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's just hit 20 years old this year, so they're doing. I think they're doing some kind of as much as they can, kind of tribute gigs and stuff. So
yeah,
cool. So finally, Ryan, what are your hobbies away from music? So what do you like to do to kind of maybe get away from it, or just have something different to do?
Lots and lots of FIFA.
Excellent.
FIFA. And I don't really do a lot. Work and drink, that's about it.
Okay.
FIFA, work, band, drink. I like going to see my friends, but I don't really have any more hobbies in the band. I used to go.
What do you play? What's your system of choice when it comes to FIFA?
System, PS4, is that what you about?
Yeah.
PS4.
Yeah, PS4.
Can't do with Xboxes.
No.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Brothers.
But cool. Thank you very much, Ryan, and Dave there as well. Thank you very much for your time, guys, and yeah, have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Bye bye.